it's officially summer, and if there's one thing you can count on, it's the Brits complaining about how hot they are. But also that there is going to be a ton of new cozy games coming straight to the Nintendo Switch. This summer we have a sequel to one of my absolute favorite cozy games ever, a beautiful narrative cooking sim, capybaras, and an interactive musical. All this and so much more coming to the Switch between July and August. But consider this a little bit of a warning. September is absolutely jammed for cozy games, so make sure you save a bit of budget for then. But before we get into it, let's first cover some cozy gaming news. To start us off, we have Fashion Dreamer news. Now, if you've never heard of Fashion Dreamer before, this is a game all about sharing your designs. You can run around the plaza area and see other players all dressed up in their outfits, and you're even able to interact with them, giving them likes if you like their outfit. And the cool thing about this is, the more people that like your outfit, the further your avatar spreads across the world. And the nice thing is, you don't even have to be a fashion designer to enjoy this game. Whenever you like someone's outfit, it automatically gets put in your wardrobe and you're able to wear these outfits as well. Now, although we heard no news about the game whatsoever last week in our Nintendo Direct, in the Japanese Direct, however, they were told the game is coming out November 2nd. Now, the fact that we didn't get this news at the same time makes me think that this game will need to be localized before it hits our market. However, the eShop does still say it's due in 2023, so I'm thinking it's probably going to be a mid or late December release. Either way, this is one of my personal most anticipated cozy games. It just looks like a lot of fun, and maybe I can upgrade my style choices in life by playing it. And this week we also got the release to A Little to the Left DLC. Now, somehow I haven't actually mentioned this DLC whatsoever, so I thought I'd just bring it up and let you know that it's currently on sale for just $6. This is one of my all-time favorite cozy games and definitely one of my favorite puzzle games, so I love the fact that I have an excuse to pick this back up again. And for those wondering, this DLC contains 25 new puzzles. Not only does it have a mixture of cupboard and drawers themed levels, but it also has traditional puzzle levels and puzzles nested within other puzzles. I will 100% be picking this up and I'll let you know my thoughts when I've finished it. But before we get into my list of the best cozy games coming to the Switch in the summer, I just want to thank today's sponsor, Brooklinen. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually film every single one of my YouTube videos here in my bedroom. And to me, as a cozy gamer who loves playing games from the comfort of my own bed, one thing that is a must is really comfy sheets. And Brooklinen is my go-to for peak cozy comfort in bed. But not only are the Brooklinen luxury satin sheets comfy, they also look incredible as well. On my bed right now is the Luxe Hardcore Bundle, which comes with a fitted sheet, flat sheet, duvet cover, and 4 pillowcases. And by buying this bundle, you save 25%. But don't worry if my style isn't your thing. You can mix and match with over 20 colors and patterns. But you don't even have to take my word for it. With over 100,000 5-star reviews, I can definitely see why so many people have loved them. And I can honestly say these are the softest bed sheets I have ever owned. And right now, Brooklinen has a 20% off sale, which you can find in the description down below. Alright, starting off today's list is a personal favourite, and that's Oxen Free 2. I cannot wait for this to release, and it's coming July 12th. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you'll know just how much I adore the Oxen Free franchise. And I will definitely say that Oxen Free is often on sale on the eShop for less than £3. And as the second one is a direct sequel, it will definitely be worth picking up the first one and playing through that before you pick up the second one. But if you are a huge Oxen Free fan like I am, then you'll be glad to know the second one looks to be keeping its creepy storytelling vibes, where every decision you make has consequences. Now, the sequel does have the addition of a few new mechanics, the biggest one being the walkie-talkie system, which allows you to talk to anyone at any point during the game, which allows you to gather information and lets you check in on the locals. Oxen Free 2 takes place in the coastal town Kamina, where unnatural electromagnetic waves are interfering with the town's radio equipment. and it's up to Riley to investigate. And the thing I love about the Oxenfree franchise is when you finish the game, it's not over. As you can influence the story, there's going to be multiple endings and multiple journeys to take. Now the nice thing is, even if you haven't played the first game, you can still enjoy this one, but you'll definitely understand more about it if you have played Oxenfree. And from the trailer footage, it's safe to say that the portal we dealt with in the first Oxenfree game is going to be pretty important in this one. Now I know not everyone will find creepy games cozy, but to me, it's one of my favorite combinations of games. I can't deal with horror games or anything like that, but a creepy story-based game? Definitely my cup of tea. Then on the 21st of July, we have Pikmin 4. Now this is just my personal feeling. This is definitely the least cozy game on the list. I would take Oxenfree 2 over this on the cozy scale rating any day. My issue is that I get too emotionally attached to each and every one of my little Pikmin, and leaving without them literally breaks my heart every single time it happens. That being said, I will 100% be streaming this when it comes out, and maybe we'll just hold a little funeral for every Pikmin we lose along the way. Essentially, if you've never played a Pikmin game before, you control a little army of Pikmin. And Pikmin come in all shapes and sizes, with each different type of Pikmin having its own unique abilities. And it's up to you to handpick your team for each of the missions you face, normally then progressing the overarching story. It's not going to be an easy task though, as you're going to be faced with not only obstacles, but also enemies who try to eat your Pikmin in its path. Pikmin 4 is also adding in some new stuff, like there seems to be the Pikmin equivalent of the depths in Pikmin 4 as well, where you can venture out at night for the first time ever and find these adorable glow-in-the-dark Pikmin. It's not going to be easy though, because the enemies seem to become even more aggressive at nighttime, and it looks to be probably one of the hardest parts of the entire game. The only thing I truly hope for is that Nintendo release glow-in-the-dark Pikmin amiibo. It just seems perfect, and they need to do it. Then on the 27th of July, we have Koa and the 5 Pirates of Mara. I am very interested to see what this game's like, seeing as it raised $250,000 on Kickstarter. Originally, I didn't think this was releasing on the Nintendo Switch the same day as Steam. However, it looks like as long as you want to buy it digitally, you can play it the exact same day, with the physical game release not coming until September. This is an action-packed journey through the world of Mara, where you get to sail through an archipelago divided into 8 worlds, with the goal of challenging the 5 most famous pirates of the Mara Sea. Thankfully though, you came prepared for this mission with a trusty backpack that allows you to jump, dive, and even bomb jump to get around. The map of Mara is huge, requiring you to upgrade your ship as you go to ensure you can reach every corner of the world. The developers have even said they've taken huge inspiration from the Studio Ghibli movies, which I think you can begin to tell when you hear about the story, which is all about Koa, who sets off to take part in the pirate race. A dangerous journey set to determine who will become the next pirate king. I am such a fan of the concept, the art style, and everything about it, and I didn't realize it's releasing so soon, but I cannot wait. Then we have Disney Illusion Island on the 28th, and I'm such a fan of the old school look to all the Disney characters. Honestly, I put this in my list because this is very old school Nintendo, where you and up to 3 friends can sit together and play this fun little platformer. The thing I love about it the most though is that the characters can work together, so you can reach places you never would have gotten to by yourself. To me, I think this is a fantastic game to play around Christmas, and I'll definitely be keeping my eye out for it. Then on the 31st of July, we have Venba. I do want to briefly just mention that this is supposedly a pretty short game, but this is a narrative cooking game where you play as an Indian mum who immigrates to Canada with her family in the 1980s. And by restoring lost recipes, you can explore their family story. A story of love, loss, and branching conversations filled with culture and self-discovery. Although this art style is completely different from everything on this list, I just adore it, and I love how it's telling a story all around food. Then on the 3rd of August, we have Flutter Away. Do I need to say anything more about this other than the fact that it has a capybara in it. I didn't think so. You're already sold. This is a nature exploration game where you set up camp and walk the paths in search of mushrooms, frogs, flowers, and other rainforest life. You play as a skilled butterfly researcher, armed with a journal that you fill by photographing your discoveries. And as you go about your day, you'll be befriending a shy capybara and trying to figure out its secrets, as you enjoy the beauty of spending time alone in nature. And the best part is you do this all from the comfort of your own home. Then on the 3rd of August, we have Stray Gods. I honestly don't know how this game flew under my radar for so long, but this is described as a role-playing interactive musical, and I was blown away with the music from the trailer. This is my time to shine. This is a story involving Greek gods, murder, and musical numbers, where you play as Grace, who was granted the power of a muse, a power which she uses to try and figure out the truth behind her predecessor's death. And it's up to you to decide who Grace can trust and who might end up betraying her in a world filled with monsters and Greek gods. And if that's not enough content for you, there's even the possibility of romance as well. And although you may be familiar with the Greek gods themselves, the story will definitely not be something you've heard before. Also, only just announced and coming out at the end of June is Everybody 1-2 Switch. If you are in need of a Nintendo Switch game that's just absolutely ridiculous and uses the motion controls in a great way, this is definitely the game for you. The reason this kind of interests me though is they've really doubled down on this idea that it's a party game, as they've introduced this brand new mode where up to 100 players can all play at the same time using your mobile phone, basically allowing you to split into 2 teams and take part in a whole host of different modes, including a quiz party mode and also a bingo party mode where there's no pen or paper needed and just your phone. This is kind of a niche game, but also a really cool game, and they even give an example of playing this at a wedding. But also the main reason I bring this up is Kennedy was in the literal advert for this game, as in the Cozy K, which I thought was freaking awesome. And then finally, we have Moving Out 2 on the 15th of August. If you're looking for the best game to play with friends and family, then this is the perfect game for you. It's basically Overcooked, but instead of making food, you're moving people out of their houses. There's tons of different levels, all filled with their own unique obstacles to tackle, and you are guaranteed to have the best time when you play this. That's my list of cozy games you don't want to miss out on in summer. But if you want to hear the games I actually regret buying, click this video here.